Welcome to Rick's Scale Model Fix and another inbox review. This time we're taking a look at the reissue of the BAe Hawk T.1 from Italeri in 1/48 scale. Starting off with the box top tour, we've got a lovely example there of one of the decal options included in the kit. On one of the box sides we've got the Italeri logo and a proclamation that it's made in Italy, and we've got profiles there of the 4 machines included in the kit. On the box end we've got replication of the box top artwork, some model data and your kit number for this one, which is 2813. Taking a look at the box contents, and the first thing we're going to examine are the instruction booklet. Just on the front cover there's some multilingual spiel about the type and how it's operated. Turning the page, and on the inside of page 2 we've got a parts map. So just the 4 sprues and 1 clear in the kit, and immediately I can see that Italeri have removed the etched metal fret from this release, which is a shame because it did add some nice detail to the cockpit tub, seat belts, side consoles and instrument panels, which have been replaced by decals in this release. Looking at the instruction booklet, this is a shame because it did add quite a bit of detail in that area. Construction begins with the Mk.1 ejector seats, and they're multi-part affairs as we can see from the diagrams, and they do build up to look reasonable. I have built one of these kits in the past. The etched metal has been replaced with decals for the seat belts, decals for the side consoles and a decal for each of the instrument panels. Down towards the bottom of the page you've got colour callouts there with the whole tub coming together with the bulkhead for the rear cockpit. Turning the page, jet cannon exhaust, another bulkhead. Rudder is a separate part there, as is the nose wheel bay. No mention of nose weight at this stage, but it does require some, if I can remember correctly. We've got crew boarding step deployed or stowed, and this insert for the intakes made up of 2 parts, and the frog eyes on the top is a single slotting part with the 2 parts being added to the top. Wings being made up a single span lower section with 2 halves completing the assembly for port and starboard. Top of page 4, this is then added to the jet along with the tail planes. Alternative parts are included for drop flaps or deployed air brake, which is nice. So just follow which parts you need for your particular build. Construction's flying along with this one. There's not a lot to this kit, as we'll see in plastic in a minute, and we're on to the undercarriage. Wheels have got weight on wheels, undercarriage doors all coming together quite nicely with the nose gear leg and the pitot tube. Basic weapons, loadout, sidewinders, fuel tanks and an Aiden gun pod. No smoke pod that I can see for the Red Arrows version. Last but not least, on the back page of page 8 you've got the canopy being open or closed and a template for the first decal option, which is quite nice. Talking of those decal options, we've got version A, which is a Hawk from 208 Squadron, and it's the 100th World War I special livery, and that was stationed at Valley, Anglesey in Wales in the UK in 2017. Turning the page, and the decal option that attracted me to this kit, or this release, is a Hawk T.1 100th Squadron 95th anniversary special livery in that classic night bomber camo of black with a camouflaged upper surface. Another nice rendition is Fleet Air Ram or Naval Aviation, which is Royal Navy, whichever way you look at it, and that's a Hawk T.1 of 736 Naval Air Squadron, Culdrose 2009. And finally, if black's not your thing, we've got a grey jet special anniversary special for the Finnish Air Force Midnight Hawks display team. Taking a look at the Decal sheet, it looks to be well printed, if a little bright in the first inspection. So those RAF colours are quite bright there and vivid. Might look different on a black background. So we've got the markings there. They are printed in Italy, but they're not cartograph. I can't read exactly who it says there, but and then we've got those decals for the instrumentation, which is a step back, in my opinion, from the original release. Carrier film does look to be quite thick. I don't know if the camera can actually pick that up, but no doubt I'm sure they'll work perfectly. So turning our attention to the plastic parts, and this is sprue A, the main sprue in the kit. And we've got the fuselage halves, intakes, a few other bits and pieces, jet pipe, coamings, cockpit tub, and there is a smoke pod I've just noticed there. So you could build a Red Arrows machine from this example if you wanted to. Overall, impressions of the plastic is quite hard. It's a change from some of the Italeri plastic of past, so it's been quite soft. It's held the detail quite well. Bear in mind this kit was first released in 2008. We've got lovely rendering for the panel lines, probably a little bit overscale but not too much, and we've even got some raised rivets around the tail area, which is a nice characteristic of the Hawk to be included. On the blind side there's numerous ejector pin marks, but I don't think they're going to cause any headaches there for the modeller. There's nothing going to be visible on the finished model. Sprue B gives itself over to the wings and undercarriage. We've got the flaps there and the speed brake, so there's some detail there in the speed brake well, and some nice raised detail on the roof of the undercarriage bay, the main undercarriage bay. Moulding's nice, can't see any sink marks. Again, there's a few ejector pins knocking about, but all in all, not too bad. Sprue C is a matched pair, and this includes everything that there's two of, as you'd expect. Two drop tanks, two sidewinders, each half for the jet exhaust, main gear and the seats. The final sprue in the kit is the clear sprue for the cockpit. The micro detonation code, or the MDC code, is very, very fine. Don't think you're going to have to do anything else to that. There's some nice rivet detail on the centre bird strike screen. All in all, well moulded, no blemishes in the plastic or anything, just what you really want. Bit of flash creeping in there on the cockpit canopy rails. So there we have Italeri's 1/48 scale Hawk T.1. Bit of mixed feelings with this kit. It's a real shame that Italeri have elected to drop the edge fret, and that means that you're going to have to probably source some form of cockpit detail. Now, Edard did do a set for it back in the day when it was first released, and that's FE430. I wouldn't like to say if this is still available. I've had it certainly for a while. Put it to good use with this kit. However, the decal options certainly make up for the lack of detail in the cockpit, and if you're just after a machine to depict those special liveries, then the cockpit detail with the canopy closed will suffice. Overall, it's a kit that I'm looking forward to getting on the workbench. I have built it before and enjoyed the build. I'll include some photos of the etch part at the end of this video from the old model, so please take a look at those. So until next time, please look after yourselves, stay well and take care.